you are, because wherever you are will determine is it morning or night, right? So I'm going to get started. So welcome to LifeWave presentation. Fasten your seatbelts. Number one in marketing growth in the world. I think we have it 2 years in a row now, and over 200 patents. So it's no kidding. This company is an amazing company. Oh no, this is when we were in Australia. Okay, hold on. There we go. So we have so many crazy product that is so unbelievable, and this is one of them, X49. I think I picked up the wrong PowerPoint. This is when I was in Australia. And actually, right now, the one that is so amazing is the X39. So, who are we? We're an advanced technology company. We seek to improve health, wellness, beauty, longevity of every person that we encounter with no drugs, pills, opioids, or injection. Our patented wearable technology harness the power of acupressure therapy to boost health at the cellular level. Product distribution began in 2004. I joined in 2005. Warehouse now is over 16 countries, distributing into 80 plus countries around the world. It's actually over 100. Website is many as 10 different languages. We are growing very, very fast. We are number one in the world right now. 10,000 believers, 100,000 of people believe in our mission. The results that are typically seen and felt are life changing for so many people. This is David Smith. He is the inventor of LifeWave technology, and he is my friend, and we have been building this together for the last 21 years, actually. So it's been so exciting, and he's a very kind man, very, very super smart, unbelievably smart. I have to say this that we do not diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases. Additionally, LifeWave do not make any medical claims. You got to be careful with that. It's a very unique product. There's a fast market for our products, increased energy and endurance, safe and natural pain relief, enhanced quality of sleep, definitely reduce stress, immune system support, appetite control, looking younger, feeling stronger, performing better, healing faster. Today, my AC was being fixed. The guy was checking everything. Everything is still working good. And I noticed that he is having a little bit problem with his back and his neck. I put one Aeon at the back, couple of ice wave, and he felt like so amazing. So, I have another prospect that I need to follow up because he was in a hurry for his next appointment. And that is the fun part of LifeWave. Even I'm at the age of 65 and retiring, but building LifeWave is never retired because it's so much fun. These are our product. Okay, let me admit this person first. Many product. I think we have 12 products. I use almost all of them except the AccuLife, and I just love every single pet that I experience with. Like I said, X39 is our flag because everybody want to stay young. Everybody want to do not want to wake up with any pain. So this will activate your stem cells. It is a patented phototherapy designed to elevate a peptide known to enhance the stem cell, which is copper peptide. Multiple benefits of the X39 patch, including rapid pain relief, give you more energy, give you good sleep, must be experienced to believe it. So one package contains of 30 patches. So energy enhancer give you energy. Ice wave is the patch that really getting rid of any kind of pain. I patch over 86,000 people now, closing to 87,000. And the combination of Eon and Ice Wave and X39, I would say 95% and above people will feel the difference when you place it correctly. Glutathione is the one that I also use every day, especially when I'm traveling. When I'm traveling, going to Australia, Indonesia, Japan, I always use this. I travel for 6 weeks, And most people, when they travel that long, usually they came back with some kind of a disease. I came back and I don't even have jet lag. I came back around 7:30, got picked up, and then go home, take a shower, sleep, and then go to the office next morning. No problem. It's beautiful. Carnosine, I use it at night also when I sleep, because at my age, people are start forgetting things. So this will help you to improve your you remember things, improve your strength, flexibility, and it's really great for your heart as well. Selenite, if you have problem with sleeping, you want to use that. SP6 is balancing your hormone and also reducing the hungriness of carbohydrate and sugar. But this is the one that we're going to focus on, because when you share X39 to everybody, in the plane, in the lounge, everywhere I go, I share X39. Every 10 shares, two or three, maybe four interested, and then I follow up, then maybe I sign up one or two. So it's not bad. X49 benefits healthy cardiovascular system, healthy cognitive function, give you a muscle recovery, fat loss when you use it in tandem with healthy diet and exercise program, and definitely improve your bone health. And if you combine it both, oh my goodness, amazing things going to happen in your body. Like you're not going to be easily to get sick as well. Give you more energy, give you better sleep, uh, getting rid of any kind of pain, wound healing, youth renewal, and age reversal. Wrinkle reduction. Oh, yeah, I've experienced that. Sport performance, yes, and scar reduction. I used to have a cut on my left buttocks. I do not even realize it, and suddenly, oops, I don't have it anymore. So I love it. Now I want to share with you a couple of testimonial. This is a very famous Mandy Rowe, as you can see from day one to now. What a change of a personality and face. They changed completely. And this is the finger got cut really bad, but within only a couple of days, using Eon and X39, the finger was getting better. This guy, a lot of people said that's a different guy, but it's actually the same guy, and literally become younger and all his hair growing back again. And this is Dr. Harmon's right knee. As you can see, the scar is getting less and less. And again, look at this, the transformation from old to young. And this is the Achilles. I wear all the patches, and you can see the healing is unbelievable. It's unheard of. I have a team in Canada that love the technology so much, and they're a bunch of medical doctor specialized in cosmetic surgery, and they love to use our technology and product because they see it every day in the operating table, that how they get rid of their pain, and the healing process is so fast. And you can see more and more and more people are getting younger and stronger. This one too, look at the wrinkle are gone. This is Jinlong Mom, and using all the patches, and she's getting young. But this is the scary part, where all your skin like that and become better and better and better. So corporate handle everything: clinical research, product development, manufacturing, supply chain logistic, order fulfillment from 14 different countries, customer service, product liability insurance, intellectual property. Corporate handle communication, product webinars, email updates, suggested reading, listening tools for self-improvement, promotion, and incentive. Globally, all compensation is automated, paid weekly, electronically. I've been with LifeWave for 20 some years, and I always get paid every single week. Some week the payout are like it dropped my knee. It was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy money that they send to us. Uh, this is make sure that you're aware that you can go to livewave.com, livewavetraining.com. events, LifeWave, LifeWave Splash, and all that. So you will be a complete brand partner. And quick summary: ways to make money, profit from retail. So you buy wholesale, sell at retail, product introduction bonus, you get matching bonus, you get binary bonus, exclusive member incentive, and on the matching bonus, I think until July 5, the marketing plan has been really improved. They want you to rank up because you're going to start picking up the matching bonus at the director level now. You don't have to be executive to start picking it up. All right, guys, so rank up. Let's go. X39 really a game changer because the market is growing so fast. Billions is already being spent on stem cell research. Demographically are in our favor because the world is getting older. That is very true. Stem cell injection are expensive and often unsafe. X39 is affordable, safe, and non-invasive. Stem cell is our first patch designed to elevate a copper peptide called GHKCU that activates our stem cells. So using our X39 will elevate your copper peptide, and that is your precursor of your DNA. So the potential benefits are just stunning. What happened when you activate your stem cell with X39? Immediate effect. People using X39 most often experience an immediate effect through elevation of antioxidants and decrease in inflammation. What is the amazing peptide that elevates the stem cell? It is copper peptide or GHKCU. Okay, I just want to be quick because I want you to listen to Dr. Timlo. He's a top doctor in Singapore. He's the medical director of Gleneagles Hospital. Many of you guys know about the hospital, and but this one I need to share with you. So when you put the first batch of X39 in the body, 4,000 of your genomes will become resetting. They'll awake. Within 1 to 3 months, basically physical, mental, emotional changes occur, and then you will notice your collagen start forming in your face. So many wrinkles will be definitely decreased. And 3 to 6 months later, your pluritotem stem cell will start forming in the organ that you're having problem or challenges. And then, 6 to 12 months later, so 1 year later, many of our organ basically became younger. All right. So especially your heart. Your heart is about 8 years younger. So of course we want our organ to become younger so we become healthier at the same time. An opportunity to do something great together. It is a miracle that we can reach out to those around us and help to make the world a better place. Thank you, David. So this is all my okay. So this is how you're gonna join us. You can start at 295, 535, 975, or 1750, and more mutation. Okay, so I am done. So basically, that is what life is all about. But I want you to get ready with Dr. Timlo, and you will see how amazing Dr. Timlo is, and how could a doctor at his caliber believe LifeWave? All right, hold on 1 second here. Okay.
Brother Roy,
Yes.
I have not got the presentation,
Oh,
so
you didn't? Okay,
no.
let me get it from here then. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, you go ahead and present it there.
Hold on 1 second. Okay. Let me turn it off. Okay. 1 second, Dr. Tim. Okay. There we go. So let me go here. Okay. You guys see the PowerPoint, right?
That is correct. Just put it in presentation mode, brother.
Yeah, I will. 1 second here. Let me enlarge this one here. Okay. You see it good?
Perfect.
All right, Dr. Tim.
Right. Hello. Can you unmute Jonas, please? Because he's muted.
Oh yeah, that's right, Jonas. Uh, Brother Lorenzo, can you find Jonas for me?
I'll be happy to. Yeah.
Jonas Ang, A-N-G.
Yeah, I want him to speak about you first, actually.
Hello.
There you go.
Right.
Hi, Jonas.
Hi, Dr. Roy. Thank you for unmuting me.
Yeah, there we go. Well, Jonas, you and I, we know each other for a while,
Yep.
and we've been working together for many years. And then when you mentioned you brought Dr. Tim Lowe, I said, "Oh my goodness, I gotta know this guy." And then we chit chat a little bit, and it would be perfect to open our year, because I haven't been doing. I used to do every Saturday
Right.
a Zoom, but lately I've been helping certain groups. I don't do that Saturday anymore, but I think I'm going to start doing it again, and I'm going to
Okay.
open it definitely with Dr. Timlow. So can you share a little bit how you were able to get Dr. Timlow? That is the interesting part I want to hear.
Okay. Right. I suppose everybody would want to hear that as well, not only you.
Okay.
Okay. Forgive the background because I'm sitting at a coffee shop in Singapore. It's a Sunday morning.
No
gonna be
problem.
meeting my son after this. Yeah. Okay. So I joined LifeWave in 2022. And that was before we even had an office in Singapore. So I mean, that's another story for another day. Um, now, now, just so that everybody can understand, yeah, that the medical environment in Singapore is quite different because it is highly regulated, and to the point, that any doctors found, uh, any medical doctors found to be even recommending, any alternative complementary solution could be censored, could be suspended, and even struck off the roll. So that happened before. So Singapore has a very unique regulatory environment when it comes to the medical clinical side. So that actually makes our partnership with Dr. Tim even so much sweeter, so much more valuable because it is quite rare for any um, alternative solutions company to have the advocacy of somebody like Dr. Tim. Okay, so okay, back to the story again. I was introduced to Dr. Tim by so there's another senior executive called Wendy Kyo. So actually, there were three of us, when we started the business, myself, Wendy, and Jackie. So it was actually through Wendy. Wendy was one who knew Dr. Tim first, um, and she plucked up the courage. And in fact, Wendy is an extremely courageous lady. Doesn't take no from anyone and just wants to meet everyone and speak to, and especially since she has experienced the benefits of LifeWave. She was just so excited to share it with everyone, regardless, of what station status the person is in, and regardless of what even the Singapore regulatory authority uh, dictate and guide, yeah, guide on. So I met Dr. Tim. I was introduced and said about Wendy. Um, when Dr. Tim was the CEO of APAC Hospital. So that was I still remember, 27th of September. Yeah, that was my first meeting where Dr. Tim brought us to that executive lounge and had a good breakfast and good discussion with Dr. Tim. So Dr. Tim is unique also because there are very, very few medical doctors, especially in Singapore, again, not only because of the regulatory limitations, restrictions placed on them, but Dr. Tim is such, how do you say this? He's such an adventurous, curious, and open person with a very, very clear focus that he believes, that there are technologies out there that could benefit humanity. Yeah, so that is his main push, and if you look at his career track, which I think Dr. Tim will be sharing, uh, he has been very consistent with his calling. So it's not only medical science, and he's still a practicing medical doctor, by the way, even though he has left Farrer Park Hospital. So that's how it all started. So the first meeting on the 27th September, we introduced LifeWave to Dr. Tim, and then I went back to my photo bank, saw that on the 9th of October, I delivered patches to Dr. Tim. So that was in 2022. And Dr. Tim was then experimenting and, patches on himself. He saw the benefits. I think he started sharing with his family members. So the best news that I heard after that only came about 1 year, 2 months, 14, 15 months down the road, where sometime in towards the late November 2023, Dr. Tim suddenly called us to say, hey, he wants to know more about the business. And we met on the 30th of November 2023. So, that after that, it's all history. Dr. Tim became very active. He has presented in our kickoff meeting in Malaysia, Singapore in 2034. He was supposed to be presenting in Indonesia, couldn't make it, but we had another medical doctor introduced by Dr. Tim, who actually did the presentation for us when Indonesia held their first large-scale event in August last year. So that's how it all started. And I need to also mention that Dr. Tim is such a wonderful person, and like I said, a very strong advocate for LifeWave, because in many of his subsequent presentations, keynote speaking gigs that he was invited to, Dr. Tim has always been talking about phototherapy, biomodulation, the healing powers of light, and why it makes sense that we are in a space here where it really can impact health and transform health. And then also our beauty product, I remember he did a presentation on that too. So he's a really valuable partner. We all cherish him in Singapore. We are planning, for Dr. Tim to address us again, hopefully in our first major Singapore-only event sometime towards the third quarter of this year. So that's a very brief introduction of my partnership, our partnership with Dr. Tim, about and its involvement so far, and that's it. really quite indebted to Dr. Tim. It really makes a big deal. Really,
All
somebody of
right.
his stature. Okay, over to you, Dr. Ron.
All right. Thank you so much, Jonas. Well, Dr. Tim, it's all yours. Share with us and why so many people are still so negative about X39. You, as a medical doctor, have experienced it yourself. Maybe if you speak it, more people will believe that this is a real deal. It's really a real deal.com. All right, Dr. Tim, thank you so much to attend our Zoominar today. The platform is yours.
Well, very honored to be on this platform, and thank you, Dr. Roy, for having me this evening in the US and this morning in Asia Pacific.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jonas, also for the kind introduction. Actually, it's very difficult to talk to medical doctors about
Yes.
about LifeWave patches because usually medical doctors are skeptical. So I started being skeptical too, you know, when I was running Farrer Park Hospital, which is the latest private hospital in Singapore. Wendy and Jonas came to see me and said that we have this new technology. I mean, it's new to Asia, but you know, it's been in the US since 2004.
Correct.
I said, politely, and you know, I just listened because I was at that time suffering from stiffness and pain in my neck. That's cervical spondylosis. So it's painful. I've been suffering the pain, the stiffness for 20 over years. I've tried, you know, being a medical doctor, I've tried all the Western medicine, the painkillers, physiotherapy, chiropractor. I went to the TCM, traditional Chinese medicine, for acupuncture. I've tried everything. I still felt pain and stiffness every day in my neck. So I kind of like, okay, do I have to live it all my life? And then, you know, Wendy and Jonas came. So, you know, they showed me the patches. They told me a little bit about the basis and history, and I was skeptical. But after a little while, I looked into the evidence base, because when you talk to medical doctors, they always tell you, show me the evidence, show me the evidence, you know. So I looked at the clinical trials, the evidence, and I said, why not? Let's try it on myself. So that's when I tried it. I tried it for X39 and Aeon, right? X39 in the day and Aeon in the night. After 6 months, I kind of said, oh, why is there only marginal improvement in my neck? I mean, in terms of the stiffness and pain, it's improved, but it's marginal. But I look younger. So people kept telling me, what did you do? You know, you look younger. I said, I'll tell you soon. And lo and behold, after 9 months of patching X39 Aeon, all the pain in my neck and the stiffness in my neck just went away. So for my body, it took 9 months. And at the same time, you know, my usual backache that is there on and off also went away. So I said to myself, oh, wow, okay, this is something that, you know, this is something that I experienced for myself. I'm going to share with the people who are having, you know, medical problems. You know, there are many people with a lot of different medical problems. And when they come to me, all I can do is, you know, give them treatment from a Western perspective, which is okay because I'm a Western trained doctor. But because I'm open to alternative complementary approaches, I've always been looking at complementing the East and West or something that complements the medication that's being used. Because I always tell people, I can give you Western meds, but almost all Western medicine has side effects. And for painkillers, I cannot give you all your life. You can't take painkillers all your life. So, so that's where, complementary approaches comes in. Yeah. So it's me experiencing the benefits, and that's why I keep sharing. And also I must make sure that it is scientific. That's why if you look at my presentation, is photobiomodulation in regenerative wellness, a scientific frontier in light-based therapy. And next, please. Dr. Roy, can you just click yes?
Yeah.
Next, yes. So for more than 30 years, I've been in public sector and the private sector in the medical practice. I was the former CEO of Gleneagles Hospital, that's a private hospital. Also board director and CEO of APAC Hospital, that's another hospital, which is the latest private hospital. And also the former head of healthcare investment at Pavilion Capital, which part of Temasek. Temasek is the Singapore's state-owned investment corporation. So I was head of healthcare investment, looking at that time at all the innovation in the world to invest for the Singapore government. Some awards, you can read it for yourself. No, I'm not going to kind of like read my awards, but during COVID time, right, 2020 to 2023, yeah, because I was running Gleneagles then, and we had a lot of COVID methodology to put in place for the hospital, right? So I received the Public Service Medal from the government at that time. All right, next, please. Okay. I wrote one book during COVID. Because COVID, we're all locked down in at home sometimes. Yeah, I mean, I had to be in the hospital, but a lot of people were locked down at home. I wrote The Triangulation of Success. Basically, this book, Triangulation of Success, is about management and leadership. So how I led the two different hospitals in Singapore, and what, how do you treat your staff? How do you lead your staff? How do you lead organizations? And this is actually good for leading any organization. It doesn't need to be healthcare, but leadership and management in any organization, including managing, your own groups. If you're running your own LifeWave groups, you're managing your own organization, your own groups, and this helps. Then I told myself that's the only book I'm gonna write, but somehow I wrote a second book called Patching Up Wellness, Riding the Wave of Light, because I found that it's so interesting about phototherapy. So this book just came out like 2 months ago. It's about phototherapy. Because a lot of people are asking me, what is phototherapy? They don't quite understand how light helps them, or how light helps patients, or help all of us. So I wrote this book, Phototherapy and the Science Behind Phototherapy. It's easy reading. It's explaining how light and why light is important for us, human beings. And how we can enhance and harness light with LifeWave patches. And this is the book, Patching Up Wellness, right? Next, please. Right, so the science, because when I talk to people and even lay people now, they want to know the science. So the science behind photobiomodulation and its effects on stem cells. Photobiomodulation, what does it mean? Photo is light, all right? Bio is our body, and how light modulates biochemicals in our body. Next, please. So as you can see, David Smith, he says that LifeWave is unique because it's the only phototherapy product in the world, right, that uses our own body's light. our own body has a power source, and that's the light. It's biophoton, cells emitting light from our own body. Every living organism, as long as you're living, you will emit light, right? Next, please. So to show that living things, including humans, will emit light, you have the photodetectors that is being used to prove that we are emitting light. Next, please. PubMed. PubMed is a place where doctors and scientists usually go to because it is a credible area to look for publications, right? So when people say PubMed, you kind of like, okay, fine, because these are peer-reviewed journals and peer-reviewed publications by the medical community, right? So this PubMed publication says an introduction to human biophoton emission. It says that biophoton emission is the spontaneous emission of ultra-weak light coming out from all living organisms, including humans, right? Next, please. So this method provides a very powerful tool. It's non-invasive medical diagnostics of showing that we have light being emitted. So using a photodetector device. Next, please. So photobiomodulation, if you look at the orange colored organelle, that's our mitochondrion or mitochondria, right? Mitochondrion is just one. Mitochondria means many mitochondria. And near infrared light, if you look at the top, at cellular level, because our whole body is made out of cells, right? So with near infrared light, our mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of our cells, will produce ATP, which is the energy. Our cells need to function, and without energy, our cells will not function well, right? So mitochondria produces ATP, which is the fuel for the cells to be able to do its work in the different parts of the body, right? To put it simply. So just to give you an idea, one liver cell, our liver is an organ that detoxes a lot of toxins, right, from our body. One liver cell has 2,000 mitochondria in one cell, right? So we have hundreds and thousands of liver cells, right, each of us. So that is the amount of energy that is needed by our mitochondria to do its work. Next, please. Right, PubMed again, biological responses of stem cells, right? Let's bring it back to stem cells. What is a biological response of stem cells to photobiomodulation? So you look at the studies, right? Several studies have demonstrated that red to near infrared light is absorbed by the mitochondria, right? For respiratory chain. Next, please. Now, these findings, you will find that they suggest that PBMT is photobiomodulation therapy based regenerative medicine could be a useful tool for future advances in tissue engineering and cell therapy. Because now the trend, if you look in the world, the medical trend is looking at regenerative medicine, cell therapy, and that's where we heal a lot of medical conditions. Next, please. Medical lasers, effects of photobiomodulation on stem cells, because the only cells that will help our body regenerate are stem cells, right? For regenerative medicine. This is a paper by a Korean group of scientists. Next, please. So in vitro and in vivo means in the test tube. In vivo means in our body. These clinical studies have shown that photobiomodulation can induce ADSC. ADSC is adipose tissue stem cell, which is the adipose tissue is our fats. Our fat stem cell, they can differentiate into multiple mature cells, right? Including adipocytes. Adipocytes are fat cells. Osteoblasts are our bone cells, and chondrocytes is the cartilage cells. Next, please. So the research results of the bone marrow stem cell and photobiomodulation, they are widely applied to our wound healing, to fat production, and bone formation in this particular research study. Next, please. So more significant results you will see, it comes from the use of wavelengths, right? Wavelengths come from light in the near infrared region. Near infrared region of wavelength we cannot see, but we can use the photo detectors cameras to detect, but we cannot see with our naked eye. So this has showed remarkable results in wound healing as well as bone formation, right? Next, please. So photobiomodulation influences ADSCs, adipose tissue stem cells, in wound healing through anti-apoptosis, meaning anti-cell death. Apoptosis is cell death, right? So photobiomodulation will prevent cell death and helps in wound healing. Next, please. So the application of photobiomodulation is very promising combination to improve mesenchymal stem cells therapy. Next, please. So if you look at stem cells, right? The global market growth of stem cells from 2020 to 2030 is exponential growth. If you look at 2026 now, is 8 billion US in the cell therapy market, right? From 2026 to 2028, which is in 2 years' time, is climbing to 12 billion US, and 2030 you'll go to 18 billion US dollars in the cell therapy market, in the stem cell market. Next, please. Right, 60% of this market you will see is in the US or North America. Then 20% is in Asia Pacific, 15% in Europe, and 5% in all the other countries. Next, please. So what are stem cells? Right, going down to stem cells, what are they? It's the simplest unit of a living matter, right? It can be in humans, it can be in plants, it can be animals. It is the simplest unit of a living matter. Next, please. So stem cells, if you look at it, it can serve as an internal repair system of our body. Our body keeps having injury, right? It's like my neck injury. I needed stem cells for regeneration, and it took me 9 months. It's not like 3 months, 6 months, but in my body, it took me 9 months, right? So stem cell will serve as an internal repair system with the potential to become another type of cell from a simple cell, so that it can become fat cells, it can become muscle cells when your muscle is injured, it can become bone cell when you fracture your bones, it's blood cells, our red blood cells, because every 120 days, our red blood cells dies. So the regeneration of red blood cells comes from stem cells every 120 days. And nervous cells, which are nerves. Previously, when I was in med school, we were taught that once you cut your nerve, or once you have a stroke, your nerves are dead. It will not regrow. But, you know, as medical science improved, and when they looked at stem cells nowadays, our nerve can regrow, and people with stroke can also improve with stem cell therapy and regenerative wellness and regenerative health. Our immune cells are the ones that fight against the bacteria, viruses, and all, and of course the sex cells for reproduction. Next, please. If you look at the Nobel Prize winner in 2012, Shinya Yamanaka, he was looking into stem cells. 2012 is not too long ago, right? He won a Nobel Prize by discovering that mature cells can be reprogrammed to become pluripotent cells. Pluripotent means many different types of cells, which I showed you. Muscle cells, blood cells, nerve cells. Next, please. Stem cells in the past. So if you look at 1980s, the scientists derived stem cells from mouse embryos. When it comes to 90s, they managed to derive human embryonic stem cells. And in the 2000s, they found a way to reprogram the adult stem cells to a broader usage, which is iPSC, induced pluripotent stem cells, which is Professor Yamanaka won the Nobel Prize. So presently now, what happens? Different types of stem cells have been discovered, and stem cells now have more uses, including healing of wounds, facilitating the spinal cord injury healing, healing of osteoarthritis. A lot of people have osteoarthritis, right? Mainly in the knees because of degeneration. And what can I give them in the clinic? Painkillers, right? So painkillers cannot be taken forever. Painkillers can help them manage their pain and decrease inflammation, but ultimately there are a lot of side effects for painkillers. You'll get gastric or stomach erosion. You get a lot of other problems. You can have bleeding from the stomach from side effects. So patches is one of the alternatives or complementary to healing of osteoarthritis. So treating inflammatory conditions. Next, please. The future, as you know, is personalized medicine, meaning you personalize to your own condition, you personalize to your own needs. That's why if you look at LifeWave patches, there are 10 different patches, but it's always personalized to your medical condition or the condition that you would like to address. The ability to repair or replace damaged tissues and organs is the future. And how do you repair and replace? Stem cells, right? Can replace and repair tissues and organs. Potential is used to treat currently incurable neurological diseases because it can regenerate the nerves. Next, please. Aging, all of us age, right? We want to age gracefully, and can we reverse aging? We can to a certain extent, right? Aging, you have degeneration, disability, aches and pains, which almost all of us have, whether we are young or, aging or seniors. Compromised immunity, that's why, a lot of people will catch COVID at that time because immunity is low and a slow recovery. And that's why at that time, you will see that the whole world wants to immunize or vaccinate the elderly because they have compromised immunity, right? So chronic diseases like dementia, like Parkinson's is creeping up, and that's aging. Next, please. So stem cells also age. Stem cells will age together with our body and they will die eventually. Next, please. But if you look at a little baby on the left, stem cell activity in a little baby is about 100%. When you reach 30 years old, your stem cell activity in your own body will drop to about 25%. And when we hit 60, our stem cell activity will drop to 5% or less. Next, please. So that's where X39 can help. Next, please. So imagine if we could help to regenerate our cells, right? We will have fantastic results in our own life. X39 is safe and effective. right? The word got out during the Olympics, for example, and to sportsmen, to professional athletes. If you look at the Serena Williams, she's patching. She's the tennis player. Soccer player David Beckham, he was patching. I think that position is probably EE, energy enhancer. You see Michael Phelps, the Olympic champion swimmer, he patches too. And all the other professional athletes, they patch. And basically, their competitors were complaining. Why do they have these patches and they're doing so well and they win in all these sports? So the IOC, International Olympic Council, came in, measured their blood because of doping, right? We want to make sure that they don't have doping. They measured their blood, they tested, and they found nothing, right? Because X39 is non-transdermal. No drugs, no chemical gets into the body. Next, please. Right, 2024 Olympics, which is like 2 years back, the Olympic champion April Ludd, right? What she said, I'm using it, and I just set another American record, and I leave the world in Sweden in 7 days. I mean, that was when she won the world record, and she's patching. If you look at the arrow, that's where she's patching, and I guess that's energy enhancer. Next, please. Mike Tyson, while he was training to fight, I think a couple of years back, he patches, although he lost the fight because he was 6'15", 8 or something, and his opponent was in the 20s, late 20s. Lost the fight, but wasn't a knockout, and while training, he patches. Next, please. So current stem cell therapy, there are ethical concerns, of course. There's accessibility. How do you get them? Affordability is very expensive. If you use injectable stem cells that you inject into your own body and your bloodstream, that costs something like 50 to 70,000 US. And it lasts only about 9 to 12 months. Then you got to re-inject again, and it's another 50 to 70 US $1,000, and not many people can afford. So the effectiveness is not 100%, and results may not last forever. Next, please. Look at Dr. Laurent Picard. He's a biochemist, and he is the one who discovered GHKCU. GHK stands for glycine, histidine, and lysine. These 3 amino acids put together, it's called a peptide. And so this peptide latches onto copper in our blood. So that's why you sometimes hear the word copper peptide, right? It's actually GHK copper. So in 1973, he spent 50 years, actually. He passed away like 2 years back. He spent 50 years researching into GHKCU and found that if he placed liver cells of an 80-year-old into the blood of a person in the 20s, right? The liver cells of the 80-year-old will start to behave like young, healthy cells, right? So that's how he found that GHKCU was causing the older cells to behave like younger cells. So that's why we can reverse aging, reverse cell aging. Next, please. So the power of GHK copper peptides. Next, please. Publication on the left, regenerative and protective actions of the GHK copper peptide in the light of new gene data that is being found. It's a 2018, quite recent paper. So GHKCU, what does it do? It resets genes to a younger, healthier state. So that's why when I was patching it for like 6 months, people were telling me, it has tightened my skin. It also reversed thinning of the aged skin. And people with skin conditions, they improve, they look brighter, they improve skin firmness, the elasticity and clarity. because X39 also induces the production of collagen and elastin, right? So it reduces fine lines, the depth of wrinkles is less, improve the structure of the ragged skin, it smoothen out the rough skin. So, you know, on our heel, right, when we walk, if you touch your heel, usually the skin there is pretty rough. It's so that's why people go for you know podiatry, you know, they go for you know, relieving of the rough skin and all that they go for to make the skin smooth. But I found that my rough skin on my heel became quite smooth, not so rough anymore. So actually it does reduce the structure of aged skin and smoothen off rough skin. Right? So it reduces photo damage, mottled hyperpigmentation, skin spots and lesions, improve overall skin appearance, stimulate wound healing, and protects our skin cells from ultraviolet radiation. Next, please. So what else does GHKCU or copper peptide can do for you? It produces anti-aging effects at a cellular level. It's not only age reversal of your cells, it's also anti-aging, means it slows down the aging of your cells. It reduces pain, it reduces anxiety, it repairs DNA damage, it promotes DNA repair, it promotes organ regeneration, suppresses the production of fibrinogen. Fibrinogen and therefore reduces the tendency of blood clots. You know, when we have blood clots in our circulation, we can have heart attacks, we can have strokes, right? We can have deep vein thrombosis. So this one helps to reduce the tendency. Improves blood flow in our tissues, reduce inflammation and free radical damage to our skin and our cells. It reduces that. It increases also hair growth in some people and also thickness, and it enlarges the hair follicle size for hair growth in some people, not every single person. Next, please. So different approaches to light therapy. If you look at the lady there, she's undergoing aesthetic treatment. They use light, right? If you look at the baby probably has jaundice. And what do? In the hospital, we shine blue light to break down the bilirubin, because that's what's causing jaundice in the baby, the high bilirubin. It needs to be broken down. Otherwise, the brain of the baby is going to get affected. So when the baby is sent home, what do? They tell the mother or the parents, please expose your baby to morning sun, right? For maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes every day until the jaundice clears. And that's because of light, right? So LifeWave takes a new approach to phototherapy. It increases the production of GHKCU in our body. Next, please. So David Smith, as you know, in 2018, he created the best invention to date, LifeWave X39. 2018 was just before COVID, right? COVID is end of 2019, and then 2020, everyone's locked down in the world. Next, please. These are the clinical studies that has been done. Because when I talk to doctors, they tend to be skeptical, like me previously. And I need to show them clinical studies. That's the evidence. That's why they always say, show me the evidence, show me the evidence, show me the evidence, right? So more than 20 years of development, over 80 clinical trials, and more than 200 patents. So there's no competition in the world, right? These are by independent researchers and universities, right? Why independent? It's because I come from a pharma company also. I mean, I worked in a pharma company before, pharmaceutical company. And anything done by the own company, your own company, people tend to not believe. But if it's done by an independent third party, it's like, it's objective, and people can believe more. Next, please. This is a double-blind study, right? Double-blind randomized studies is the gold standard for clinical trials and clinical studies. So X39 is been shown in this double-blind study to increase our body's own copper peptide, GHKCU peptide, right? Copper. So this study showed a significant increase in GHKCU concentration in our blood as a result of wearing X39 for a week in individuals between 40 to 80 years old. Next, please. So what was found was that in as little as 6 months, telomeres lengthened to the equivalent of 8.5 years of age reversal. So basically, we can reverse our cell age by about 8.5 years, right? And this is about 86% of people in the research, right? So at 3 months, no change was observed in the blood. But at 6 months, you will see that telomeres lengthen like 6 months. Next, please. That's me before patching, and that's me after patching. I think that's about 6 to 9 months after patching. That's what people keep telling me. Hey, what did you do? And then I'm more confident after 6 to 9 months to tell them, yes, I used X39. A new approach to health. Besides that, next, please. So besides that, if you look at a new approach to health now, right? X39 improves energy flow. It supports overall health. It supports improved exercise performance. It supports improvement in strength and stamina with no drugs and no stimulants. And it is over 200 patents that David Smith has. So one X39 patch on the body using one of the locations for 12 hours. Next, please. Dr. Roy has shown some of these pictures, right? So proven in becoming younger a year on the top left, after 4 months in the middle, and after 9 weeks, after 3 years, after 3 months, and after a week, depending on your skin structure and depending on your body, some people respond faster, some people respond slower, but there is a response, definitely.
Yeah.
Next, please. Wound healing, important because we all wound sometimes and in our life. So it shows top left hand 13 months after the operation and wound, 7 weeks after an accident, and a swollen legs 10 hours and with X39 on both sides of the feet for this particular patient. 9 days bottom left. This is remarkable because maybe his body is responding to X39 very, very well. And, you see within 9 days, 20 days and 2 hours. 2 hours, you're looking at the fine lines. Next, please. Hair growth. As all of you know, hair growth or hair is genetic. For people with genetically, tend not to have much hair, then you tend to have not much hair, even with patching, right? So denser, darker hair after using X39 and X49 also helps. It's still in clinical trial stage now in terms of X49 for hair growth. Next, please. Where do we go from here? Well, what can we do to improve the quality of our life and to prime our body for the best health and to age reverse? Besides patching, we need to make sure that we have a balanced and nutritious diet, to sleep at least 7 hours, not 6, not 8, at least 7 hours, because clinical trials have shown in 500,000 recent findings, 500,000 individuals that the optimum hours of sleep is 7 hours. 6 hours too short, 8 hours too much for normal conditions. Yeah. So you supplement when necessary. Resistance training is regularly is needed. Drink a lot of water. Hydrate yourself and avoid things that degrade our health, like alcohol, smoking, and drugs. Stress, sometimes we can't help it because we have our own work, business, and of course, there's always stress. Next, please. So that's all I have for live long, live well, and live younger. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tim. That's amazing. To hear it from you is what makes you change your mind? Because I talked to so many doctors, they really challenge my knowledge. So I bought the book of Stem Cell for Dummies, the yellow book, so I understand it better. Being an
Right.
aerospace engineer, do not know much about stem cell. So what makes you change your mind after reading something, or what happened?
Right, because I've always been looking into regenerative medicine, and that's the new trend now, since Professor Yamanaka in 2012 won the Nobel Prize for stem cell. So besides, Japan is very far advanced in stem
Yes,
cell research. Yeah,
very much so. Yeah.
very much so. And the Japanese government actually pushes this area. And now they're looking at stem cells for the heart, right? To grow the
Yeah.
heart muscles. Previously, I mean, we were told that, when you have a heart attack, that part of your heart dies and that's it. But now people are looking at, stem cells to regrow heart muscles. Yeah. So this is a very interesting and exciting area to be in. And what is the most accessible way and affordable way to achieve similar, stem cell healing and regeneration? So that's why I was interested, because a lot of my patients that I see, I still see patients now in the clinics. A lot of my patients, they are looking for, those who are looking for alternatives, then I would say, okay, let's combine Western and alternative approaches, right? But make sure that, if you have a medical condition, it has to be taken care by a medical doctor, and to make sure that it's being properly treated, and then you can bring in the combination complementary treatment. So stem cell that increases GHK, or patches that increases the GHK peptide copper, that will activate our stem cells within our own body. It is affordable, it is accessible, and I can help more people. That's where I'm coming from in terms of getting this going, because it helps mankind, and a lot of people can afford, X9 Aeon to be used on a daily basis.
Yeah, I see. Well, I noticed there are a few questions here. You know what, guys, if you have question, can you just speak up and ask Dr. Tim yourself?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people type so many things. Oh my goodness. Come on, let me see here. Galaxy A16, who are you? Galaxy A16, or I don't know. This is in Chinese, so I cannot read the Chinese. There's another Chinese, another Galaxy A16. And then Mabel, how can the patches help with prostate issues? All right, Doc, why don't you answer Mabel there? How can the patches help with prostate issues?
Prostate. I mean, when you say prostate issues, is it prostate enlargement, or is it prostate cancer? Basically, men will have prostate issues at some point in our life. But please see a urologist to make sure diagnostic tests are being done, right? You want to know whether it's just prostate hypertrophy, which happens in most men. Prostate hypertrophy can be treated in a certain way. we're using Western methodology now, non-invasive. They can use not say non-invasive, a non-bleeding kind of treatment, and with that you can have complementary patches to come in. If you are saying using the patch to treat prostate issues, then I would say patches are not here to treat. Patches are here to complement, right? So make sure you see your urologist. If it's prostate cancer, then that's another thing, right? It needs to be treated, and also complementary patches can help.
There you go, Mabel. Galaxy A16, speak up. You asked another question. Who are you? A16 5G. You, my goodness, he types, he or she, I'm not sure. Yeah, some people are hiding behind all this number. Okay, Dr. Timothy, do you approve or issue to your patient to use X39 and Aeon? Does Singapore health government approve or disapprove the use of X39 and Aeon to your patient in your clinic? My friends is challenging me that this LifeWave X39 is not authorized to be used because the Singaporean health does not support their product. Question, how do you answer this? Question to my friend, I'm faithful LifeWave partner. I'm promoting and selling the products. Why Dr. Timothy Low is not speaking? What time is the speaking? Because you're not speaking, Galaxy. All right, Dr. Timothy, go ahead.
Okay. In Singapore, because the HSA, Health Science Authority, basically looks at drugs and consumables, things that you consume, and drugs, and of course that need clinical trial, the full dossier for clinical trial evidence. But patches are non-transdermal, means no drug, no chemical. It's just a patch, right? It is not disapproved to be used in Singapore. Even in the US, it's registered with the FDA as Class 1 medical device. Class 1 meaning external, nothing goes into the body. That's Class 1. So registered FDA, Class 1 medical device. Singapore authorities do not disapprove. Whether the doctors use it for their patients or not, it's their prerogative. So for me, I would say, if you want to use it, this is the medical evidence or clinical evidence. You may try it only if you want it, and those who want to try it, sure. Those who are skeptical and don't want to try it, I can produce clinical evidence to show them, and then at the end of the day, it's up to your patients, right? Patient's choice.
Yeah, that's right. Well, anyway, I deal with a lot of crazy people like this every day. So basically, what I tell them is, give me your credit card. You have 30 days after you tried it. If you don't like it, it is no use I'm debating you, because I've been using it for the last 21 years. My mom used 12 drugs before, and I get rid of all her 12 drugs. Her doctor could not believe it. I told the doctor to use the patch. He was so against it, Dr. Tim. And then I was in Europe, and then my mom texted me, Dr. Lee just passed away of a heart attack. I said, oh my goodness. I wish I gave him a pack, because I was debating with him. I said, I really want him to spend $100 to try the X39, but this guy is so hard-headed, do not want to. I feel bad. I wish I gave it to him. Maybe I could save his life. But for people who are so hard-headed, it doesn't make sense whatever you said. Make a bet with him. Give me your credit card, charge about $150 maybe with shipping, handling, and membership. And then if it doesn't work on you on the 20th day, call the company and get your money back. Very simple, because it's no use for you guys to debate, because I used to debate until I'm blue in the face. I recruited Dr. Tong. I debated for him. I think easy 2 to 3 months. I debate with him, and then I went to his office and practicing medicine without a license. So after the patient finished after his treatment, I said, okay, now it's my turn. Let me patch him. And every single patient, 24 patient I see, he got 8 room. We rotate 3 times, 24 patients. Every single patient feel the discomfort, the pain, whatever they felt amazing. And that day I sponsor 7 premier package. So the wife, the father, the mother, the son, the daughter, and the corporation, 7 premier package after debating for almost 3 months. But it's very tiring. So let them try it with a 30-day money back guarantee. It's simpler. All right. Anybody have any questions? Go ahead. Brother Aloy, Brother David, anybody question? Who else? If you have any question, unmute yourself. Dr. Marcus, if you have any question to Dr. Tim. Who else? Nobody want to ask questions. Angelina, do you have any question?
I think they are muted and they cannot unmute themselves. I think it's automatically muted, if I'm not mistaken.
No, let's see. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. They should be able to unmute themselves. Let's
I
see.
think some button was pressed, so everyone is muted and they cannot unmute. Yeah.
Hold on.
It says not allowing to unmute.
Yeah. Brother Lorenzo, are you there? Brother Lorenzo, are you there? Okay. Mute. Okay, I guess we cannot ask. Maybe you're right. I think Brother Lorenzo is not in place.
Yeah, I think
So,
some admin may have sort of pressed something that says mute everyone. Yeah, but you unmuted me, I think, and Jonas, because I was also.
Let me help. Anyone do want to ask? Can you raise the hand so I can unmute you?
there you go. Anybody, Loy?
Yes, Joanne, please.
Oh, there you are. Hi, Joanne.
Hello. Hey, Brother Roy. So nice
Hello.
to see you, Roy. And Dr. Timothy Lowe, thank you so much for this presentation. We're watching here from Sydney, Australia, and we're so appreciative of this, this opportunity. My question is, in Australia, we have a very similar situation with the medical practitioners and also speaking to professionals in the hospitals. I wanted to ask you a direct question in regards to the clinical studies. I've been sending a few clinical studies to different medical professionals, but which one was the one that really raised your attention? Was there a particular clinical study that you saw that really gave you the aha moment?
Okay, that's the one that I showed you, double blind. Double blind meaning the doctor doesn't know what patch is being used for the patient, and the patient also doesn't know what patch is being used on he or her himself. One is a placebo, so it has to look exactly the same, and the other one is the active, which is the real one. So in a double-blind randomized study, that's the gold standard. So anecdotal write-ups, usually doctors will kind of like, okay, this is one person, you know, even, you know, 5 people with the same anecdotal testimonial, it's not so strong. But if it's double-blind study, that's something that will be, they will sit up. But whether they will spend the time reading or not is another thing, because
Yeah,
I
that's right.
send it to
Agree.
doctors, right? From a doctor to another doctor, I sent it. And then they may just not prioritize it and they will not read it. It's kind of like, thank you very much, I received it. And then they just put it aside and just go about doing the other stuff. Usually doctors are like that, unless you connect with them, communicate with them, and try to make them at least read through that particular study. You send them too many, it's even worse because they will not read it.
Okay, thank you very much. I think you've given me a lot to move forward with just your answer and the presentation. So thank you very much. Really enjoyed your presentation.
Welcome.
So how is Australia, Joanne?
Australia's doing really well, Roy.
Okay.
We're very excited. We actually have a meeting very shortly with a neurologist. So that's why I wanted to ask who's connected to one of the hospitals. And my the reason why I'm asking this question is because when I do meet with them, I wanted to just hone in what studies to present to him at my meeting.
All right, text me. Text me about that. I'll send you something to give to your neurologist.
Yes, thank you very much, Roy. We will. We'll keep you
All right,
posted.
great. Okay, Angrolina, it's your time.
Hi, Dr. Roy. Hi, Dr.
Hello.
Timms. I want
Hi.
to ask you something. Hi, Dr. Tim. Which pets would you recommend using first for your patient, doc?
Oh, I
For the
usually
first?
start X39 and day and Aeon for the night. Most conditions, that's the foundational patch. X39 day, Aeon night. Then
Oh,
you
I
add
see.
on other patches depending on their conditions. Let's say they have acid reflux problem, right? Acid reflux problem besides the X39 day, Aeon night. You may want to recommend carnosine, right? Carnosine at the just below the sternum, right? So that's so it depends on their condition after the foundational patch that they should start using.
All
Okay,
right.
doc. Okay, thank you, doc.
Dr. Marcus Hale. Can you unmute Dr. Marcus Aloy?
Yes, please
Okay,
raise
let me
hand.
see. Where
So
is
I
he?
know who are you. I can help to unmute you. Please raise hand.
Yeah, raise your hand, Dr. Marcus. I'm reading the
Marcus.
Marcus Hale. Cannot unmute. Let me find him. Marcus, where is he? I thought I saw him earlier. Marcus. I think we lost him. Maybe
I think so.
yeah, we lost him. Well, anyway, anybody that have any question, raise your hand, and we can unmute you. Or we are done with Dr. Timothy. Thank you so much,
Oh,
Dr. Timothy.
for those for those of you who want to look for me on LinkedIn, you just go to LinkedIn and look for Dr. Timothy Low,
There you go.
and I'm there.
Okay, very good. Well, again, Dr. Timothy, thank you so much for sharing all your knowledge. Thank you so much for sharing the experience that you have with LifeWave, especially X39 and Aeon. Maybe, you know, when I plan to visit Singapore, and usually I do my Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia trip, I definitely would like to eat some what do you call it, chili crab in Singapore with you.
The famous chili
And-
crab, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah. and then we can talk even more deeper about stuff. But thank you so much again, Dr. Tim. God bless you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you, Dr. Tim. Thank you, Roy.
Hey, brother Aloy, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see here. Here we go. Okay. All right, guys. Take care. Have a good night.